Last time you joined us on the Dumpster Dive, I had tasked my Twitch chat with making cursed PowerPoints to try and get me to play their favorite games. But this time, the roles are a little bit reversed. I sent out a Landfill Census survey to try and learn more about who the absolute psychos watching my videos and stream are, and I may have gotten a little bit more than I bargained for. So it only felt right to present all of these statistics with none other than my own equally cursed PowerPoint. But first, a few statistics to start us off. Statistically, the best place to watch and participate in the Dumpster Dive is on my Twitch stream, where it occurs on Monday about like 80% of the time, and sometimes on Tuesday. And if you like the content and want to support the channel, statistically, the best place to do so is my Patreon, where you can get a whole bunch of exclusive content as well as videos like this one a day before they go up on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, statistically, 90% of the people watching this video aren't subscribed, but way more importantly than that, 5% of the people watching this video are British. Please, we need your help defeating the British. If you're from literally anywhere else, you have to subscribe. It's literally our only chance to... Hello and welcome to the annual Landfill Census. That's right, I said annual. Please stand.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
It's garbage day, baby. As such, we have some important political matters to attend to today, and that is the reporting of our nation's census. Welcome to the Landfill Census, aka Dumpster Man learns way too much about his community. Our first section is demographics. The pick, believe it or not, is related. Here is my age and gender statistics according to YouTube. Now, there is a lot of reasons to be skeptical of YouTube statistics. However, well, here you go. Here is the average Dumpster Man viewer according to YouTube. Now, according to your responses, you're all fucking lying. You're all big fat liars. And here is what the average Dumpster Man viewer really looks like. Gender, on the other hand, we got a much more interesting array of responses to this as far as the census goes. But here are the results we got in the Landfill Census. We had closer to 15% female, 75% male, 8.5% non-binary, and 2.3% other. That's actually pretty diverse. What region are you from? I asked what region you're from, and I basically put every continent I could think of, and also other, which some people did answer. Now, the next question was, do you identify as British? This is important demographic data right here. So we had 73% of people answer no. We had 5% of people answer yes. And we had 22% of people answer, you fucking what? Now, don't be fooled. These are the real Brits right here. We caught them. No further questions. Next question. Do you identify as LGBTQ+? 35% yes, 8% unsure, 57% no. That's pretty good. That feels pretty good. I had something to say about that as I was making this presentation, and that was poggers. Next up, are you a furry? So this one, I had to kind of break this one out into two categories. So first, all respondents, 74% no, 15% yes, and 11% unsure. But the truth is that I didn't feel like this was necessarily representative of Twitch chat. So I broke the statistics down by just Twitch chatters. And if you're wondering how I have this information, listen, all I have to say is just trust me, bro. It's real. I swear it's real. It's real data. You're not going to believe it, but it's real. These are the results, and it's real, not fake. You can see it right there. It says that it's real and not fake, and that's how you know that 100% of Twitch chat is furries. Anyways, moving on. How tall are you? Here's the data. I probably could have broken this down by percentage because this is very confusing to read. But I think all you need to know really about this is that Dumpster Man fans are canonically 5'11". And hey, 5'11" bros, soak it in while you can, because this is the only time you will ever be taller than 6 feet. Now, the next category is questions about my content and my channel. I hope you like this image, by the way. Where do you mainly watch my content? So 94.6% of people said YouTube on my main channel. Now, I'm honestly wondering who the 5.4% of people are that don't watch my main channel at all. To be clear, you could answer multiple on this one. So some people answered just the main channel. Some people answered, you know, etc. So for the secondary channel, it was 44.3%. 34.9% of people said Twitch. Again, makes sense that there would be a fall off when you go from YouTube to another website. So there you go. And then I asked, what game did you first watch on my channel? This one will surprise no one, not even me. Number one, with 82.9% of respondents, is Dark Souls. Just kidding. It's not Dark Souls. I wish, bro. No, I don't want any game to be 80% of people finding me through it. But to probably no one's surprise, it is Ultrakill. Behind that, way behind that, is other retro and movement FPS with 7%. Dark Souls and Souls games with 5%. Honestly, I'll fucking take that. The fact that these videos bombed and are kind of unanimously hated by most of the people who watch my FPS content, the fact that I've built even a small viewer base of people who actually like and watch this content, I'll fucking take that, even if it's 5%. I'm all right with that. 1.6% curiously answered Rainbow Six Siege or multiplayer FPS, which I haven't made a video like that in a long time. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. And you'll notice I put a little bit more effort into dissecting the data from this one because I think it's really interesting. And the results, I wouldn't say they were surprising, but they kind of confirmed something that I believe to be true about my channel for a long time. So I asked, when did you start watching? Now here are the results. We're gonna get more into this in a second. 4.7% of people said before October 2021. October 3rd of 2021 is when I uploaded my first Ultrakill video, to be clear. So that is why I put that there. And this is not accurate. And I'll explain why in a second. I don't know why 4.7% of people thought they started watching me before Ultrakill, but we'll get into that. There's a lot. I've already said a lot, but there's a lot to unpack here. So we're going to talk about that first bracket here. Before Ultrakill, September 2018, when I uploaded my first video publicly, to September 2021, which is the end of the month before the month when I uploaded my first Ultrakill video. Anyways, this is a 3-year period, aka the Dark Ages, so dubbed by me. 6 people responded this. They are probably lying or confused. The alternate explanation is that it's Britta. Maybe some of my IRL friends responded to the survey, although none of them told me they did. And maybe Valentino answered this, but I think Valentino is probably wrong. Because I think the first video he saw was a Splitgate video that technically came out after my first Ultrakill video. But it's still, I can see how you'd be confused. So the reality of my channel before October of 2021 is I had 38 subscribers. Again, if you think you were one of them, you were probably wrong. I was getting 0.03 subscribers per day, which is about 1 subscriber a month. And through that entire 3-year period, I had 5,800 total views on all videos, which is about 5 views a day. But they were mostly on 1 or 2 videos close to the end of this time period. The moral of the story, like I said, is you probably didn't subscribe to me during this time, even if you think you did. So the next time period is October 2021 through August 2022. So a little under a year period of time. This is the first Ultrakill boom. You probably remember some of these videos if you watched Ultrakill or played Ultrakill and watched my videos. So my first Ultrakill video, like I said, came out on October 3rd of 2021. I played the game a few months before that. I want to say like August is when I started, but October is when the video was released. 63 people responded this option, which was the most by far. It was almost 50% of the people who responded. And I gained 3,500 subs during this time, which is about 11 subs a day. And I got 350,000 video views during this time, which is about 1,100 per day. Yeah, this was pretty good. This was like my channel kind of taking off. Anecdotally, it felt like the sense of community and support among like Ultrakill fans was the best during this time. People were a lot friendlier and they were very supportive of a small content creator wanting to make videos on a game that they like. And a lot of first-time YouTube viewers, from what they told me and what I experienced, were subscribing and they were checking out the stream and they were joining the Discord, and it felt like they were more open to watching my other content, and just anecdotally my content was growing at a more steady rate alongside Ultrakill during this time. So it felt like I could make an Ultrakill video and then I could like go do something else, you know, and people would watch and be excited about it. Like I made Dusk videos during this time and the Dusk videos did great. In other words, I'm not that surprised that this was the most selected option. So the next era was Ultrakill Act 2, or the second Ultrakill boom. This is when Wrath and Heresy were released on August 14th. My YouTube views, I noticed, started going up like not way before, but like a month or 2 before the update release, just because people were like hyped and they knew it was coming out. And the release date was actually announced in advance. And I believe the game was like on the summer sale too, which got a lot of new people into the game. And so this was like at this point in time, I hadn't even uploaded a new Ultrakill video. And this was still the most like significant growth I had ever experienced on the channel to this point. I was getting 28 subs per day. Now it's a similar amount to the last time period, but in a much shorter time. So the amount per day and like in this time period was a lot more relative to like how long the last time period was, because this is only a few months. The last period was about a year, so I was gaining a lot more subs, in other words. And despite that, only 32 people responded to this, which is half as many as the previous option. It's only about 25%. What does this mean? Now, this isn't backed up by data at all, but in my opinion, what could explain this is that the people who subscribed during this time were mainly Ultrakill fans first and foremost, and they weren't as interested in like becoming part of my community or watching my other content, which is fine. You know, I'm not going to tell people they have to do something or watch something. It's just my experience. It felt like there was lower interest in my channel as a whole or my community outside of just Ultrakill. Like the Ultrakill content kept growing and everything else kind of stayed the same, which I think leads to maybe the people who subscribed during this time weren't like necessarily super invested in my content or me, and they were just like, oh, Ultrakill, cool, someone's playing Ultrakill, all right. Or some people are just wrong about when they subscribed to or started watching my channel. This could be the case as well, because how many more people subscribed to my channel during this time? It's possible that some people who answered the last one are actually wrong. Okay, so that brings us to now, the beginning of 2023 to present. So Ultrakill as a Problem was released the second to last day of 2022. So most of those views came in 2023. And P2, of course, also had a major impact on channel growth. And yet only 28 people responded to this, which is only about 21% of everyone who responded. What to make of all this? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I mean, my content is clearly reaching a wider audience through Ultrakill, but less people are subscribing. That's probably normal. That probably happens to a lot of people whose videos blow up. It just is what it is. It is, though, a continuation of a trend that I felt showed that people are watching my Ultrakill content more, but they're sticking around less, which is like, you know, kind of low quality engagement. They just click on one video or two and then they just leave. Can't really do anything about that, but it's just what I've experienced and why I feel like maybe curve on this specific statistic goes down. It could also just be selection bias. So it's maybe just less likely that someone who just discovered the channel is already like super engaged enough to respond to a Google form asking for their personal information. That could just be it. Also, my opinion on all this, I don't think Ultrakill content is really driving growth for my channel and community like it used to. People kind of just watch one or two videos and then move on. The divide between what I want to do and what I want to make and what content the audience wants to watch is stronger than ever before. And I believe that the age of the people watching is absolutely a factor in this. My upload schedule slowed down. I think the videos are better, but the amount is lower, which means less new people watching. And I've become more vocally critical of the Ultrakill community, which might scare some people off, which is kind of the intention, but you know, reading into why this may be, that could be it. Or I'm just hitting the ceiling of this particular niche. Here is a few channels like mine, and the only one that has more subs is Herb Messiah. And Herb is the guy. Like, there can only be one Herb Messiah. And to clarify, these are all cool people. Please check out their channels. It's not to disparage them or anything, just using their channels to illustrate a point. Okay, so relevantly, the next question, fittingly, was how often do you play Ultrakill? This one kind of had interesting results too. 44% of people said frequently. 46% of people said infrequently, and 10% of people said they had never played. 0 people responded with the option that said played once or twice. I kind of thought that maybe I would get at least a few people who had just played through the game as it is right now and then put it down, but not a single person answered that. So then I asked, which do you watch most on my channel /stream? To nobody's surprise, and this is another one where you could select multiple, which is why the percentages don't add up to 100. Ultrakill, number 1. To my slight surprise, demo/variety gaming, which kind of casts a pretty wide net, is not far behind it. Not really. And this is interesting, especially because this hasn't been my experience, at least not when I stream. A lot of times on Mondays, like today, when I do the dumpster dive, I will do something like this, where I react to something or present something to chat, and then I will play demos. You know, I think I have a sound that might describe what happens when I stop doing the dumpster dive on Monday streams. Yeah, that's about what it is. The bummer is, these are honestly my favorite things to stream and make videos on. So, that kind of sucks, but it's not that I don't enjoy this stuff either. Then I asked, which style of content do you watch the most? About 85% of people answering video essays, 82% of people answering gameplay videos, pretty sharp drop off, and then people saying highlights or clip videos, which I haven't done one of these in a while, so it's not that surprising. With 36% of people saying streams and VODs, and then 10% saying other, which could mean a lot of things. The good news is, these are the 2 types of content that I like doing the most, so I will keep doing them, just for you guys. Then I asked some questions specific to my stream, and these were optional, so not everyone answered these. First, I asked, how often do you watch my stream? 13% said almost every stream, 23% said sometimes, 31% said rarely. I added Ultrakill only as an option. And I'm not even gonna lie, I wouldn't have been offended if you answered this, but only 4% answered this. And then 29% never, which again is fine. And then asked, do you participate in chat? This was pretty even before it got sent out to the YouTube, and then the no kind of took over a little bit. Now, I'm assuming that some of these people don't watch the stream at all, and which is why they answered no. But it was about 30% yes, 29% sometimes, and 41% no. Now, I said, do you mostly watch my streams or a large variety of streams? And there were a few options for this. And you could say, I mostly use Twitch to watch Dumpster Man, which 20% of people did. You could say, I watch a few other streamers, which 50% of people did. 8% of people said I watch many other streamers. Honestly, I fall into this category as well. I follow a lot of streamers, but I only regularly watch probably 4 or 5, not including myself, because I don't really watch me. I am me. And then 22% of people said, I don't use Twitch. I also asked, have you ever participated in a dumpster dive before? 23% said yes, 22% said watch but not participated, 13% said they had watched the VOD, and 42% said no. And to those people who said no, I say, well, now you have. Thank you very much. Next category, gaming. I asked what your most played genres were. Now, this was another one where you could select multiple. Unsurprisingly, way out ahead is FPS. Next, honestly, this was kind of a flawed question because there are so many genres out there and so many different interpretations of what each genre means. But next up was roguelike with 50%, RPG with 44.5%, platformer with 42.2%. I said third-person action, Dark Souls, Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, I don't know, Uncharted. It's such a broad net. But still only 39.8% of people. And then I asked what your preferred platform is. And this is another one where you could select multiple. And number one was PC with 124 respondents. Again, this was one that was an optional question. 98.4% of people responded with PC, however. And then next up, way behind, was Nintendo, Switch, and other with 30 respondents. Which is 23.8%. Then again, a much smaller drop off to PlayStation with 28 respondents, which was 22.2%. Another pretty big drop off to Xbox, which was 13 respondents with 10.3%. And 5% of people responded other. I assume these are the last 3 people in existence still playing Stadia or Ouya or whatever the fuck else there is. I asked, which describes the games you play best? And this was more about like the size of game that you play. 57% of people answered mostly indie. 41% of people answered mix of both, and only 2% answered mostly AAA, which is cool. That's really cool, actually. And here was Todd's reaction to this information. He is not very happy. We're gonna move along, or Todd might bite someone's head off. All right, and now we are into the random crap segment of the census, which had an awful lot of interesting questions. Favorite color? We start off innocent enough. Favorite color? With purple by far getting the most responses. Green just a little bit behind. Blue a little bit behind that. Red a little bit behind that. And then, you know, from there, it's just yellow, pink, black, gray, orange, white, and nobody voted brown. I'm not really surprised by that. We had favorite music genre. Here's how that shook out. I added breakcore as an option, kind of as a joke, and it literally said, AKA, I am literally just an Ultrakill fan and I have no other personality traits. And still 40.8% of people answered that. Breakcore is cool, but I probably wouldn't consider that to be separate from the umbrella genre of electronic. But yet, still 40.8. I think people probably just answered this one because it's funny. Let's be honest. I would say I generally fall. I'm not so much of an electronic listener, but I'm mainly like rock, metal, indie alternative, and hip hop and rap surprisingly low. I think maybe it's mostly like an American thing to listen to. I think like the prevailing popular music outside of America is maybe not as commonly like rap and hip hop. I then asked, do you watch anime? A question as incisive and divisive as opinions on AI. And the answers in a very normal pie chart. Yes, with 36%, and no, with 64%. And then probably the most contentious question of all, favorite Weezer album. So here were the results, the raw results of the poll, with 21% answering Blue Album, 5% answering Pinkerton, and 5% answering Other, who I have deemed as insane people. But more shockingly, 69% answered, I don't, Weezer. So what I learned is that I hate 69% of you fuckers. Now, here's the real results when you factor out the plebeians. 69% Blue Album. Very nice. 16% Pinkerton and 15% Other, also known as Insane People. Much better. Please put some respect on Pinkerton. My favorite is also Blue Album, but the fact that Other / aka Ratitude had more votes than Pinkerton is absolutely despicable. The next question was, do you regard this man with respect or disgust? There was no more information than that, but those who know. This was the image they received, and here is how they responded. 32% respect, 40% disgust, and 28% huh? In conclusion, Flippy stays losing El Bozo. Then, 2008 Toyota Corolla. The results, pretty self-explanatory, if I do say so myself. Pretty self-explanatory. Falls about along expected lines, I would say. And then, the final question. Have you ever touched grass? With a nice little visual aid of what touching grass looks like since, well, you know, I would have guessed that many of you have never touched grass. However, the results are in. 51% said yes. 24% said unsure. 22% said Ultrakill player, which I kind of feel like is like worse than no. But you know, interpret that however you will. And then only 3% said no. Only 3% were willing to admit. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm surprised about this number. 51%. That's pretty good. I'm glad you guys are getting out there and touching grass. The children yearn for nature, apparently, is what we've learned from these statistics. In conclusion, Weezer. Anyways, that was the whole census. That was the whole census, everyone.
Hit that like
This is
button.
alright.
Smash that bell, hit that
Hit
bell
this-
button, hit this
Destroy my
bell
pussy.
button.
Subscribe to Dumper Man.